2 o'clock in the morning. Your local aggregates, they're just phoning it in. We know they don't interrupt programming. Unless, of course, it's going on in their own backyard. Oftentimes, what we have to look forward to are our storm chasers. A community who obviously cares much more about the populace than the silence that we get from the others. On April 2nd, I was watching a storm chaser, and I watched all of our national radar crash. In the month following, silence. Nobody wants to talk about it. Last night, part of the problem with the storms in Bentonville, Rogers, and Eureka Springs, and the massive devastation suffered by this state, are because of huge blind spots in national weather radar. I find it amazing that this area that was hatched for a 5% chance of a tornado within a 25-mile radius had a long-track tornado on the ground for more than 2 hours, tracking it out of Tulsa to Springfield, radars down. National Weather Service is just going to issue a tornado warning. They're not talking about rotation. They're not talking about the 3 tornadoes, the 3 deaths, people trapped in their homes, in the basement, water filling up, a campground struck by this, people trapped in recreational vehicles, taking trustees out of Benton County detainment, putting chainsaws in their hands, taking 2 hours to get in to rescue some people. They talking about any of this? No, but them TV crews are out there this morning. Oh, they're covering all of it. You know what they're telling the people of the state of Arkansas? Sit on your hands. Don't go help. Wait for FEMA and Red Cross. Wait for the National Guard. When they get here, help won't be needed because help will have arrived, right? What about until then? You want to cut down on the chaos by keeping us out. Sit on your hands. Wait for the help to arrive, right? Maybe it's time to reevaluate. Our benevolent masters, aren't they supposed to give us some early warnings? It's funny how you can lose all the national weather radar and nobody says anything about it, and now you can mysteriously lose it at very crucial times when it's clutch. Nobody says anything about that either. Storm warnings don't go out, but they tell you keep that phone close and keep that phone turned on because we know where you're at every second of every day, and we'll make sure and let you know when there's a tornado in your area. Let us say that the storm is upon us. I've been kicked out of Ryan Hall, Evan Freiberger, Ponder on Weather. I love all these guys, but you can't talk about geoengineering. You can't talk about that elephant in the sky, those checkerboard skies. Nothing to see here, folks. So, I digress. I made a joke once about a Bible verse. You remember they talk about hailstones that weigh a talent, right? That's 100 pounds. I made a joke. I said, a 4.5-inch hail in DFW, we're not far off. Next thing you know, I'm blocked. How dare you bring your evangelism in here? When you're in the path of a tornado, you wouldn't think you would frown upon people saying prayers for those in its destructive path. As a matter of fact, you would think the most hardcore atheist would be finding God in that moment himself as the finger of God approached him. So don't tell me what I can say and can't say online. You can block me all you want. You can take this video down, you can take this channel down. But there's a lion inside of every American that should be roaring, and you won't silence them all. So I urge you folks to start being more outspoken and certainly more aggressive and go harder in the paint for your faith in Jesus Christ.